Hello, friends. I'm in this chair in my sister's apartment. We're in New York. Finally returned from Brazil, and today we're going to talk a little bit about some goals and how to plan our next 3 months together. It's currently May 15th, so we're looking at, I guess some of you are still in the thick of school, finishing up those APs. I am not jealous. I'm happy to be done with that chapter of my life. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice time to start considering, like, where do you want to be in the next 3 months? I'm trying to make this a habit. I've been doing a lot of reflection lately by keeping a journal. That was a really big change in my life, just writing every single day. I've been writing for about 3 months now, and that's been really helpful because you can see what changes have been going on in your life, just improving your memory and also keeping yourself more accountable. And sometimes I write about things that have just happened, like a list, but other times I just try to focus on my feelings. Anyways, we are going to, maybe I can share what I was planning for the next couple of months, and hopefully that can inspire you guys, and we can take a look at what you guys want to work on as well. A lot of juniors and sophomores, summertime. I know juniors going into senior year, your focus is really just on college applications. And then there are the seniors who have just graduated and are going into college. I do have tips for the summer in between, but let me know if you guys have any questions about that. Okay. Oh, I think I wrote it somewhere else. Let's see. Hey guys, I'm joined by a few different people. Wow, so many people. 5 in the first couple of minutes. It's so great for you guys to join me. Let me know what you guys are plotting or planning for the next couple of months. I like to just focus on 3 to 4 really important key goals and ignore everything else. Shorn like a sheep. I literally wrote down these goals on the flight over here. Why can't I find them? This is so frustrating. Naomi. Hey guys. Wow, there's so many of you. I'm so sorry that I missed last week. Last week I was in an Airbnb hanging with my girlfriend, just trying to enjoy the last weekend we had together. And now I'm back in New York, as you can see by this New York background. Well, I'm in my sister's apartment, and it's been nice being here. The weather is amazing. It's like 70 degrees. Break dance with my friends yesterday at Columbia. I'm absolutely aching. I'm sore. I was, just little things like excited to be back and playing League of Legends with some of my friends, and talking to them. And there's a lot of different kinds of foods that you don't necessarily get in Brazil that I can enjoy now in America. I got the sleek haircuts, all that good stuff. I'm from Mumbai. How do I contact university professors for research? Please share email template. Okay. I think there's a video that we talked about this. Tell us about your sister. Did she go to Exeter too? Yeah, let me answer some of these questions. To start off with the contacting university professors, it's a bit late to start doing that now. Typically, you guys want to start sowing those seeds early spring. I want to say February, March. If you're contacting them now, they will probably already have research assistants and interns for the summer. It will be nearly impossible for you to find someone. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just kind of the honest truth at this point. The way that you should reach out to these professors is don't ask them for an opportunity, but generally speaking, just reach out to them and say, I've read your research and I'm really interested. I did a project similar to this. Actually read the research that they've published, and then try to figure out a way to connect your interest with that, tell them, and then schedule a coffee chat. Don't ask for the opportunity, schedule the coffee chat, then just get to know them, 15, 20 minutes maybe. It could be a bit longer. Maybe you guys hit it off and you have some shared hobby, like you guys are both super into jazz. music or jazz saxophone, I don't know, and you guys just end up talking more and more. You want to warm them up to who you are as a person. And then what some people do is they ask for the internship opportunity, research position, RA after the call, although some people will just wait and wait for the professor to suggest meeting with them or giving them an opportunity like that. Tell us about your sister. Did she go to Exeter too? No, my sister did not go to Exeter. My sister is 13 years older than me. She's currently in the living room on the Peloton machine grinding. Funny story is that my sister and I have never gone to the same school ever. Like I said, she's 13 years older than me. When I was entering kindergarten, she was entering college at the University of Virginia, and she went to public schools in Miami for her entire life, basically. Then went to UVA, and then went to Boston University for law school. And now she's a family attorney in New York. Bella Jane, how can I find internships and assistant positions as an international student? So, man, I should have made a video about this. I feel kind of dumb, but then again, I felt like not a lot of people would have watched it. But here's what you guys should do. Like what I just told Yashvant with making that with that email template, you want to do that to about like 50 to 100 professors and small companies, even big companies, local businesses. There's so many different things that you could do. You could do it on LinkedIn. Create a LinkedIn if you guys don't have one. There's so many opportunities there for remote work. Reach out to your favorite volunteer organizations, whether that's local. And basically, you're going to create a spreadsheet of 50 organizations. It's going to be easier, to be honest, if the organization is small. That's step number one. Then step number two is to put some skin in the game. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm really interested in education and entrepreneurship, which I am. So I'm going to put together a list of maybe their schools, or I'm going to start really small. Maybe I could volunteer at an after-school program and then start to slowly get paid through that. So I might look for those opportunities. Let's say I have 5 of those. Maybe there is an ed tech startup that I'm interested in. I'll apply to 6 of those. Maybe there is an opportunity to do research in the field of psychology and child development. I'm going to apply to 7 of those. And then I am going to, like, probably with a rate of 2 or 3 a week, I'm going to research that organization like crazy. I'm going to figure out what their mission is, what they're working on, what they need, and try to figure out how to complement and fulfill that need. So for instance, if let's say in the after school, they really need a Chinese speaker, or they're interested in someone teaching entrepreneurship, I could even suggest these ideas. Maybe they have never heard of them before, but I'm just going to approach them with enthusiasm and say, here's what I plan to bring to the table. That's so important. Don't think about what these organizations can do for you, but what you can do for the organizations, and then opportunities will just come swarming. Also, it's a lot easier once you have 1 or 2 jobs underneath your belt. The first couple of ones are typically the hardest as like a 9th or 10th grader, or if you're a freshman and sophomore in college, it's the trickiest one. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Bella Jane. Naomi, N, I have an interview on Monday for Pioneer Academics. I'm so scared. I've applied to 10 summer programs and got rejected from them all. So you only need one. You only need one. And honestly, the more times you get rejected, just for reference, guys, I applied to 60 jobs last year in 2020. May, April, March. I applied to 60 jobs and I didn't get a single offer. That's just part of life. Like, get good at getting rejected. Get good at getting rejected. And you only need one person to say yes. So we've all been through it. It just makes you stronger. Ask yourself, like, why did I get rejected? And ask those people for feedback. Just ask them, like, I wish, just shoot them a message in the dark and say, I want to know why. How can I improve my application? And some people will be kind enough to sit down and tell you how you can actually get better. Guys, let me know what questions you guys have. I do want to highlight the super chat function if you guys want to show your support for Kevin Zhen and this channel. That would be awesome. You can send a little $1 sticker. You can sauce a like. Let me know where you guys are watching this from. I'm always really interested in hearing where you guys are in the world. What's up, Hassan? Yolanda. Hi, Yolanda. Yolanda never misses a live stream. Can you guys just be more like Yolanda? That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for. Okay, so you're back in the US. Nice smiley face. How was it saying goodbye to the girlfriend? Did you guys cry? Yes, I cried. I don't think I cried the day of, but the night before, I made this video for her, and it was a 45-minute long video highlighting all of our favorite memories, from the past 3 months, and this was like our chapter 2. This was a test drive of our relationship. I wasn't sure if we were going to work out, but I really hoped we would. And now I'm so confident after living with her and being with her for months. Yeah, I'm really happy. I already bought a plane ticket back to Brazil, so I'll be back in September, spending the summer in Miami. Going to be making a lot of high quality YouTube videos. Hopefully ride this wave, because I know there's a new set of juniors applying to college. But at the same time, I really want to help you guys with your transition to college, like a little college survival guide playlist. So I'm looking out for you guys. I got a haircut. Yes, Liam. Got one yesterday. Pretty fresh. The Dominican dude. He did me good. We got the fade. He got the razor. That's what I appreciate about these Latin barbers. They'll get the razor, and they will like shave off the eyebrows, make it look nice. You got my the 3 little chinny chin hairs that I have, and freshen me up. What are good summer activities for rising seniors for college applications? There's so many. You can do research. You can work at a company. You can do a menial job. Yashwant. Anything that typically I would try to do a mix. So I think during my summers, I would do like a Boy Scout trip, and then I would also study at a esteemed university, and then I'd work at my parents' restaurant, and that's like pretty good. Checking off, even if you just do 2 or 3. Sometimes you can also just do 1, but it depends on how involved you are in that activity. Any advice for a gap year student? All high schoolers can do this stuff. How can a gap year student? I thought I missed your AMAs are usually an hour later, so I missed a few. Oh, it's okay, Ray. It's 12 EST Saturdays. I'll try to be consistent and be here for you guys. This is your opportunity. Ask me whatever you guys want. Thanks. I love your live stream. Thank you, Bella. Okay, so gap year, I covered this, I think, in 1 or 2 live streams ago, but if you want to play, I'll make a video too. The best way to plan your gap year, guys, is everyone should take a gap year. Pause right there, okay? Either you're going to take a gap year between high school and college, or take a gap year between your first year and your second year. Excellent idea. Or take a gap year between your second and third year. You don't want to really take one between junior and senior year and afterwards. But anyways, here's what you should do. Okay, so separate your gap year into 3 or 4 parts. A year is 12 months long, so these are going to be 3-month chunks or 4-month chunks. I'm going over it right now, Liam. Why take a gap year? Now, the first reason is because it is so much easier to get competitive opportunities if you take a gap year compared to the normal summer, right? Think about like how many Ivy League kids and just college students, high school students are applying for opportunities in the summer versus if you take a gap year and you want to intern for a law firm in the winter, there's no competition. Literally no competition. Like it's a matter of you went from 100 people fighting for a position to now like 5 people or 4 people. So I would recommend doing some kind of professional work internship opportunity for 3 to 4 months. Do something that's related to customer service for 3 to 4 months, whether that is at a restaurant, or maybe you're working at a shopping mall, or maybe something related to service where you're talking to people and you're engaging with them very often. Customer service, I would highly recommend. That's what I would force my little brother or kid to do. And then the third one is some kind of independent project where maybe you want to learn a new skill, a language, or you want to learn how to code. You do like a Code Academy boot camp for 3 months. And then the last one is just travel. Yeah, have fun and travel. Go abroad. You can combine so many of these, right? Like you could go to Europe and you could work at a cafe. That's always appealed to me, going to Europe and working. I love coffee. Working at a cafe, learning how to make crepes in France or something, and messing around there. And who knows, maybe I end up taking like an immersive French course as well on the side. So you can definitely be creative and combine a lot of these. Shazad. Hey, Shazad, can you tell your dad to text me back? I've been trying to get in contact with him and get you to take lessons with me so we can get you into like an Ivy League college. What are the disadvantages of a gap year? Eating popcorn while watching some series at home. That's perfectly valid. I'm not going to say that you shouldn't do that. I think it's totally valuable to do that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Everything is a time and place, Kush. Disadvantages of gap years. There's not really main disadvantages. I think it's just so much better for your mental health. Maybe it's a little bit expensive, but you could also work and pay things off. Anyways, what are your biggest learnings since January? Oh my goodness. What are my biggest learnings since January? Guys, I've learned a lot through relationships. My girlfriend is always teaching me stuff. She's like way smarter than me, way more gorgeous, way more kind and wise. Yeah, and just like, for instance, I'll give you one example, which is boundaries, deciding like what to share and what not to share, who you want to share this information with. Really struggle with that. As you can see, I'm on YouTube live right now. I have a giant bocudo mouth. So that was one thing to watch out for. Yeah, just being sensitive. There were things related to like money and finances, which I was kind of insensitive about, that I needed to work on. And, you know, this concept of checking in with my girlfriend and with other friends. I used to think that I was pretty good at checking in, but sometimes I get distracted or I'm not as aware of these things. So just kind of developing that empathy, learning how to live with another person, finding balance in my life. I was breakdancing a lot, but then got kicked out of my practice spot and wasn't exercising that much. I'm still a little, a little bit frustrated professionally with where I want to be. Maybe I should look for a full-time job, but then again, this digital nomad thing and running my own tutoring shop, investing in YouTube, and I got the synthesis job, which was really cool. So we've been doing training for that. For just so you guys know, synthesis is this online virtual school. Hey, I'll just send a link. It was started by Elon Musk's kids program director at the school. You guys can check it out. But anyways, I work for them now, which is kind of cool. I've been doing some training, so very excited for that. That's starting up in the summer. And yeah, just doing a lot of traveling. I don't know if I would really even, sometimes you always think that the grass is greener on the other side, but my friends who are in full-time gigs tell me they're miserable and they envy my freedom. And sometimes I envy their security and their salary. It's never going to be perfect, and I think that's something that I'm still coming to terms with. I don't know what the ALEKS is, Kush. I have no idea what that is. Okay, speaking of which, guys, yeah, I'll mention it again. The super chat, what is it? Like, there's like super emojis, super chat function, super sticker. If you guys want to send one, totally encourage you to. If you guys just want to leave a like, and maybe that's your way of showing appreciation. Every little thing counts since my channel is so small. We've been growing at a steady rate. Been excited to see. The videos are getting exposed to more people, but I also want to share more and talk about other topics. Naomi, about college essays, my advisor just told me to write about being Black. And of course, that's a big part of my identity, but there are so many high achieving, low income BIPOC students. How am I any different? Good. I think that is the question that you want to answer, right? In a sea of POC students, how can you write a uniquely different story? Part of this, probably the easiest way to think about it, is just imagine that you are the hero on the hero's journey. So classic exposition, rising action. What was the main conflict you faced? How did you overcome it? We want to hear a story of growth. We want to hear a story of perseverance. We want to hear you overcoming a challenge. Like, imagine you're literally the protagonist of a novel, of a fiction novel, like Harry Potter, or any storybook protagonist. And how did you overcome that situation, and how have you grown? The more unique the situation, the better. Everyone has unique situations, right? Like me getting burned by the deep fryer in my parents' Chinese restaurant. That's a really unique situation that no other poor POC kid could probably emulate. Another one, I mean, the same problem happens for kids who are a bit wealthier, and they're like, oh, I don't have scenarios to write about. Well, one of the kids went on like a program and they were in the wilderness and they had to build an igloo. That's like one of my favorite examples. How are you going to build an igloo in 3 hours before the sun sets, right? And it reaches dangerously freezing cold temperatures. So that showcased some quick thinking and ingenuity. No, it's not overdone. I think the structure works for a reason. Now it's a matter of what you're going to put in the structure. It's like a sandwich, right? The sandwich has been around for hundreds of years. So many different kinds of sandwiches. You can using the sandwich structure still create like a really amazing, compelling story. So I recommend for college essays, you can start in the spring of junior year, early summer. I wouldn't start like junior year, sophomore year. I mean, I had an idea after I like worked in my parents' restaurant. I knew I would write about it. It kind of simmered in the back of my mind. I knew how I wanted to structure it and how it would end. And then actually getting it done took maybe a month or two, not too long. But I recommend, here's the other thing, guys. When you're writing these essays, especially your Common App essay, please pay close attention. For your Common App essay, I recommend just writing a draft. Not a draft, a synopsis of 3 potential Common App essays. So you have Common App essay 1, 2, and 3. Just one paragraph for each. What is it going to be about? What is the main structure? what are the lessons learned, 5 to 6 sentences, and then show those 3 options to a lot of people. Try to figure out like which is the easiest for you, which one compels you, which one's the most compelling to you. But I wouldn't commit and write a full draft before showing those 3 options to lots of different people. I mean, you can show them to me and I'll give you feedback, you know? So yeah. Speaking of, where I want to be in the next 3 months, just getting my stuff together, guys. The habits that I want to focus on, you would be shocked, shell-shocked to figure out, to learn how many people, like, quote unquote, don't have the basics together. And this is something that I've been thinking about for such a long time. Basics as in, do you sleep well? Do you have a consistent sleep schedule? Do you eat well? Are you hydrated on a daily basis? Are you emotionally, like, I don't want to say put together, but like safe, and like you're in a place where you like to be every day, you know, where you wake up and you feel grateful and you're happy with the way that your life is going. Like, I really don't think that out of 10 college students, how many people have these 4 or 5 things put together? Maybe like barely one, seriously. And it's something that we have been conditioned to think, like, you don't need sleep, you know, work hard, this, that. I don't know. I'm not the one with all the answers figured out. I'm still trying to find that balance. So for me, it's the basics, you know, getting my diet in order. I think I was eating a lot of fatty foods, oily foods, sugary foods in Brazil. The diet was pretty different. And maybe I was having too many calories, things like that. Exercise, getting back in that routine, sleep, and water. So those are 4 things. And then there's a few other habits that I want to implement. Cold showers, daily cold showers, meditation as well. Been meditating pretty often, but getting in the habit of really not skipping these routines of you wake up, meditate, read. Before I go to bed, same thing. Meditate, read, and usually do some light stretching, and try not to go to sleep too late. But just like working on those fundamentals has been tricky. It's been hard. I like struggle with them, and I've been working on them for months, but I want to get them to the point where it's like autopilot, you know, like brushing your teeth or using the restroom. If you think about it, we're all experts at like using the restroom. So can we become all experts at meditation or reading on a daily basis? Yeah, we can. It just, you need the repetition and you need the discipline. And that is something that I am struggling with. What are some unique Yale traditions besides residential colleges? Yeah, Jonathan, I made a video about the why Yale question. So I don't know if you've seen it, but you can check it out. Right here, 2,500 views. 3 Fuego answers to the why Yale question. Let's see. Hey, Jasmine. How's it going? Humanities competitions that aren't ultra competitive. Enjoy them, but kind of frustrating. I don't know any humanities competitions off the top of my head. The big ones that I know about are, that link, by the way, is for you, Jonathan. It's about the why Yale essay. Scholastic, Young Arts, I mainly do the creative writing ones. Yeah. What other questions do you guys have? I'll stick around for another 20 minutes or so. Let me know how I can help you, how I can be of service to you guys. I'm here to serve. A little tired from teaching in the morning. Let me grab this water. Give me 1 second. Oh gosh. Okay. The computer is slipping. Are you up to help for a passion project? It depends on how you define help, Liam. But yeah, I mean, it depends. Just schedule a meeting with me using the bit.ly link, and we can talk. Yeah, everyone who's here on the live stream, if you guys want more custom tailored help related to college, internships, whatever, you guys can use the link. Technically, it's closed because I reached 1,000 subs, but if you guys are taking the time out of your day to watch this live stream with me, then the least I could do is show you some appreciation. So seriously, guys, just, feel free to ask me whatever crosses your mind. I will answer your questions. There's not a lot of people here, so I think I can give pretty detailed explanations to each question. But yeah, I mean, what are you guys working on this summer? I want to know. What are you guys struggling with? Maybe we're working on the same thing or not, but I've probably heard about or experienced some variation of what you guys are going through. Is college a need to be successful? Maybe can you explain your question a little bit more, Liam? College a need to be successful? So are you saying that if you need to be successful in life, do you need to go to college? If that's your question, then absolutely not. All you need to be successful in life, guys, is you need to create value. That's it. Are you a value creator? Right? So there's so many different ways to create value for the world, right? Maybe you're a chef who innovates. Maybe you're a comedian who delivers laughs into someone's life. That's just a matter of how much value can you provide. That's all you need to be successful. How much you're paid is just a function of how much value you provide to society. You don't need to go to college. I mean, does college teach you how to provide value? That's the question. No, it doesn't. It's that simple. If you want to be successful in life, figure out a way to provide value. Like, let's take a step back. My whole YouTube channel is about providing value to a specific target audience. You guys, high schoolers, early college students, getting into college is a huge value proposition that not a lot of people can do, right? So that's it. If you can provide, and that's the other thing. Let's say that there's some industries, like there's a very famous book called 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. And he talks about how the best companies to start are monopolies, right? Google is a monopoly. Facebook has slowly become like a monopoly. You want to play the monopoly game, right? So me, Kevin, yes, I can cook, but do I want to cook and compete against like hundreds of other fry cooks, thousands of other fry cooks, or do I want to work at college admissions, which is something very rare that very few people can provide? It's a value game. That's why doctors are paid a lot, because they save lives and they provide a service that very few people can provide. Whereas a waiter provides very low value because they're replaceable. So your job is to figure out how to be not replaceable, irreplaceable. Confused as to whether I should stay focused on making the most of the school I got into or really try to transfer to a better school after freshman year. So Tajasvin, don't think of it as an either or. It's a both. You can make the most out of the school in your first year while still focusing on a transfer. Does that make sense? Like ideally, you would hit both nails on the head at the same time by working as hard as you can and setting yourself up for a good position to transfer. Worst case scenario, you try to transfer and you don't transfer. You still had an amazing freshman year. You have a great GPA. You've had unlocked a lot of new opportunities. So it is not a binary. It is really not an either or, but an and. Liam, I'm glad you found that helpful. What is your least favorite memory at Yale? My least favorite memory was when my current girlfriend broke my heart and I was like crying against my roommate's dresser in the winter. That was tough. It has nothing to do with Yale. It happened while I was at Yale, but it wasn't like because of Yale or anything related to that, Erasmus. Very curious about the colleges that provided especially wonderful experiences to the B and C students at Exeter. The other thing is that college is just what you make of it. There's 4,000 students at Yale. And think about it this way, like I could do Yale 10 times and I would do it 10 times completely differently. Would I have had a great experience? Same thing. Like I'm pretty sure I would have been really happy going to a school like Georgetown. Georgetown is like a top 20 school. It's an amazing school. And a lot of B students go there, quote unquote, Exeter B students. They might go to not as top, what is it called? Like exclusive colleges and still have an amazing time. And it depends on what you're looking for. Like, I felt like I would have had a really nice time at a big football school with tailgates and things like that. I would have enjoyed that as well. So, it really is what you make of it. And also just having a bit of self-awareness and knowing like, what are you looking for? Yep. What other questions, guys? I'll hang around for like 10 more minutes or so. I am hungry. Oh, guys, now that you're all here, if you could let me know like what videos you want me to make, because I am scripting out videos for the next 3 weeks, and then I'll be doing a huge recording session in the summer. But please, whatever topic you guys want me to know, I'm going to cover gap years. I'll be covering like a Common App essay timeline. I'll be covering just like general things to know before you enter college, skills like that. But please, just talk to me. If you have a video request, just type it in the chat and I'll note it down. Seriously. Everything I do on the channel is I just want to make videos that you guys want to watch, right? Like if I make a video that you're not interested in, the Princeton supplement, I will make a video about the Princeton supplement, but my Princeton app, like the questions that I answered are totally different. from the questions that Princeton asks today, right? That was like 5 years ago. I wrote like a long form 500-word essay, and I think there was another like 250-word essay about an extracurricular activity. I don't think Princeton asks the same questions anymore. But I'll still make the video if you guys want it. Would I have chosen Yale again if you could choose any college? Yeah. Maybe if I had gone into Stanford, I would have gone to Stanford because it's warm. Any other top school? Yeah, I probably would have chosen Stanford. Hi, Ellie. Oh, a new viewer. I don't think I've seen your name before. Ellie Tanemura. Hi! Exclamation point. I just wanted to say that I'm super inspired by your enthusiasm and willingness to help those around you. Oh, thanks so much, Ellie, for your kind comment. That means a lot. Common App essay timeline. Can you get it done in time to help the rising seniors? Yeah. I'll get it done by June. Yeah, you want to start your Common App essay probably around like May, June. It's due in October. Yeah, end of October. So guys, I've read hundreds of Common App essays. Hundreds of Common App essays. There's such a big difference between one that was written in 1 month versus 2 months versus 4 months versus 6 months. I can sniff it out in an instant. Yeah. Common App essay help. Ugh. Bane of my existence. Okay, what else can I help? What else can I do for you guys? Common overdone essays. Please don't write about music. That is a really trite one. Music or sports, I would try to avoid. Sometimes the ones that are very nature-y are kind of not so good. Sometimes I just see ones which are like they try to cover too much ground. It might be better just to focus on like a 1 day or a 20-minute moment in your essays rather than like something that spans so many years. But that's just my personal preference. I've seen ones that span several years and that still work. Hidden gem colleges. Yeah, schools like Texas A&M, I think, is a hidden gem college. UT Austin, hidden gem college. I think a lot of the liberal arts colleges are really, really amazing. Swarthmore, Williams, and Amherst have all better quality of education than Yale. I really do believe that. Let me think of some other ones off the top of my head. It depends on like what program you're interested in. I know that Notre Dame, right, for business and finance, Notre Dame is better than Yale. It really depends on what you guys are looking for. Some of the more niche ones, like if you want computer science, Purdue, amazing computer science. It really depends on major, size, location, what you're looking for. Hidden gem colleges for B or C students that are good for like safeties. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Minerva KGI, never heard of it. What are the most unique essays you've read? The most unique essay that I've read. Yeah, there was one by a subscriber here named Sawyer. Sawyer's essay was really, really good. He's FGLI, he grew up in Japan in this like kind of more rural place in Japan. You got into Dartmouth and Brown. His essay was, guys, if you have not seen my Common App essay videos, there's like one that's so good that I don't think anyone has seen. It's called The Mandalorian Essay. Oh, let me look it up. I'm going to find the link for you guys. No one, I think I just messed up with like the tags or something, but this video is actually super duper good. But just check it out. The liberal arts colleges you mentioned are just as hard to get into as Yale. No, I don't think so. I think, okay, maybe. I need to look up a list of college. But anyways, some of the most unique essays. Yeah, this is using like a vignette technique. So Sawyer wrote about working at a grocery store in Japan and seeing the different characters that came through. He talked about moving to his new apartment building and meeting this old man who took him on a tour around the island. And it just says he talked about like his Korean heritage and being Korean in Japan and some of the tensions that exist there. And so it was like such a great blend that showcased what he cares about and who he is, not just his community, but how he fits into that community. Minerva at KGI. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, it's part of the Claremont University Consortium. Okay. It's only 1,000 undergrads, very, very small. And it was founded in 2012. Yeah, it's a new, I never heard about it. Learn something new every day. Looks good. Very courageous people with inspiring people. All right, let me look up a list of college list. And I'll tell you which tier 2 schools are really nice. It's always smart to have a mix, guys. I know a lot of people who actually just shot to the top and did not do very well and are stuck on a lot of wait lists. Okay. Let's see. Some colleges that are really nice for tier 2. Colby is a solid. Liberal arts. Davidson. Always apply to some liberal arts, guys. Even if you think you might not go, I think just having 1 or 2 on your list is nice. A lot of the California schools, like the Claremont schools, are excellent. I know they're a bit up there. Oberlin, Lafayette, Occidental, Trinity. I think these still are very recognizable within America. They still have that kind of brand name prestige a little bit. St. Lawrence. Are these all liberal arts colleges? National liberal arts colleges. Let's just look at all the national university rankings. Northwestern is excellent. Northeastern is excellent. Oh, Rice. Rice is a hidden gem. Yes. So is Wash U, St. Louis. Both are excellent schools. Really, really good. Emory, amazing school. UMich, amazing school. UVA, amazing school. UNC, very, very good. All of these, like, kind of the state ones, super nice. Tulane. I don't think Tulane's that good. University of Georgia, Northeastern, University of Miami, very expensive. Yeah, I mean, they're competitive, but they're good. You give me a list, Mama Shalanga, of the schools that you're thinking about, and I could tell you, like, oh, these are good, these are not so good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. Are there any other questions that you guys have? Burning questions that are you're just dying to get answered? Let me know. If you had studied abroad in college, where would you have studied? Looking for great safeties. Typically, the safeties are like state schools that you're a part of. If I'd studied abroad, I wish I had gone to China to study abroad or Taiwan. Those would have been my top 2 choices. Then again, I think I still would have had a really nice time in some Spanish-speaking country. Like my friend studied abroad in Chile, had a blast, or Central American. But Latin America was kind of in, the last couple of years. Maybe Europe would have been nice. London. Honestly, Singapore would have been so much fun. Australia, New Zealand. Literally any of those places would have been so much fun. I really regret not going. Okay, guys, I think we'll put a cap in it here. We'll stop. But let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys can DM me. You can talk to me using the bit.ly link. I'm here for you guys. I'll be back next week, same time, same place. And thanks so much for joining. I am constantly rooting for your success. Until next time. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace.